welcome to Rusty Bottom Workshop. Today's video, I'm going to put a shiny new exhaust on that one. Isn't that good? Come on. Ever since I've had this car, it came with a brand new exhaust. It's a standard silencer you get on these, and it's the standard engine, a 499cc, 18 horses. Not bad actually. It's surprisingly more nippier than you think. However, someone fitted a slightly different carburettor. It's the IMB 28, which is the one you get in the Fiat 126, which is slightly bigger, not that much bigger. And I was thinking, well, I quite fancy a nice new silencer, new exhaust on it, and I found one actually quite a good price at the moment. And it's Record Monza with twin tailpipes, sort of fancy, and it was just a good price, and I just thought it's not going to make it go faster, but it might just give it a little bit more, it might breathe easier and might just give it a little bit more torque. So I thought we'll see how that goes. So that's what today's video is going to be about. Come on, see me struggle. I've never done any of this before I've not had a 500 before, so we'll learn together. So if you look at the standard setup, we've got a pipe on this side, the exit pipe on that side. This is the exhaust. It's bolted onto these two brackets there, and it's got a tiny pea shooter outlet there, which is quite restricted actually. I mean, I know they've done it for noise, but to be honest, I don't think this engine creates that much noise anyway. Anyway, let me show you the new one. So this is the new exhaust, new silencer. So it's got twin chrome tailpipes. I think it's a stainless actually, which is even better. And it's like a 2-into-1, same as that. The other thing is these are slightly narrower, so they go straight in. There's no slight diversion like that one has. And oh my god, when this came in the box, I thought, what have they put in it? I think this is so heavy duty. It's unbelievable. I mean, I'm really impressed with it, but it's so heavy. It's like they've got like old World War II shells they haven't used, and they thought they'd make exhausts for Fiat 500s out of them, because it's like really heavy duty. I'm really impressed with it. I mean, most of the exhausts today are like paper thin. I mean, everything's done to cost. Everything's done to be cheaply made, knocked out, and probably last 2 years and then falls to bits. So I'm hoping this one will last longer than 2 years. So that's the idea. Let's get this in, take the older one out, and we'll see how we go. The other thing I'm a little bit annoyed about, I didn't realise, is the standard heat shield you get for the exhaust is too wide for this, because the pipes on the other one go at an angle round. This one goes straight down. So I've had to fork out on a new heat shield, and they're not cheap, which is a bit annoying, but anyway, let's see how it looks. Okay, to take out this old exhaust, I've got 2 nuts there and there, 2 on that side. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 1 there, 1 there. And that's the bracket and this. So I've undone those and those, thank goodness. Squirted lots of WD on there. And trying to undo these. Thankfully they're loose as well. That one's a bit of a pig to get to, but at least they're coming away now. I'm not going to show you 4 hours of footage of me undoing 13mm nuts, don't worry. Well, after a bit of faffing around, I managed to get this off. It all came unscrewed, so that's good. Only slight problem, I can't get this out. It's too low. I'm going to have to jack the back of the car up a little bit. Always learning. I'll put a block of wood there and just put the jack underneath, and another block of wood. Make sure it's in gear, handbrake on. Only easy to lift it up just a fraction, and it just slipped out. Oh, pain in the bum. So you have gaskets on here If you're lucky, someone's put copper ones on, but I think these are like just normal style ones. And this is actually alright, but I thought for the sake of a couple of pounds, bought some new ones with some copper inside. So always try and buy new gaskets if you can. Also, just as an additional thing, always put a bit of gasket sealant on there. It's like an exhaust sealant. What happens is it looks like filler, and you put just a little bit on it, and as it gets hot it swells up, so it seals the gap up nicely for you. So I'll pop that on. Before I do any of that, I'm just going to see if the exhaust fits. So I've had quite a few stressful 10 minutes trying to figure out how to fit this, thinking how to take this airbox off. You basically have to lift this exhaust upside down, straight up, and as you're lifting up, twist it down, and then hopefully it'll just fit onto there and here. Otherwise it's just catching on everything. I thought I had to remove this pipe which is part of this box, which I don't particularly want to do, so something to bear in mind. Now, to give you an idea of this, you have to lift this right up at an angle like this, and then as you're lifting it up, then push it onto the bolts, which I'm hoping are going to align. I'm not putting them on yet because I need to put the gaskets on, so I'll do that first. So before we do any more, I'm going to put some of this exhaust assembly paste which I mentioned earlier. You don't normally get it in the tubs, although I bought this one in a tube just because I do quite a lot of this. So I've got my new gasket. I don't think it matters which way around it goes. I'm just going to put a bit of this, actually I'm going to put it on the gasket, squeeze a bit of this on so it goes all over that. That seems fairly clean actually, just to give it a bit of extra seal, a bit of protection. It's really difficult doing this at the same time as keeping an eye on the cameras. You don't need a lot, just seal it all the way around. Smooth that out with your finger. Just pop that on. There we go, that's that side. We'll do a bit on the outside as well. I mean, if the gaskets, if it's all new and in pretty good condition, I mean this exhaust is brand new and that's a new gasket, I mean theoretically you shouldn't have to do this. I never used to bother with this from Beetles, but I never used to bother, they have slightly different gaskets on them. So you shouldn't need this, but you know, let's... Belt and braces I think is the term. So that's that side. We'll do the other one. Perhaps we're not going to be able to do the other side, so I might as well do it here. Don't know what's happened there. I'll just move that out. And put that on the other side. Put the nuts washers and spring washers on here and on the back as well. And I've loosely fitted the brackets on here as well. Now the other thing is, because these brackets were designed for the standard exhaust, which is oval, and this one's round, there's a bit of a gap there. I don't think that's a big deal. I'll just find some longer 13mm bolts to put in there, or I might just buy the rounded top bracket. I don't know yet, we'll see. Okay, so best laid plans. Can you see the gap between the exhaust and the brackets? It's just too big. I'm gonna have to buy the correct ones. I'll get those ordered next week. In the meantime, I think this will be alright for now. It's really solid. I'll just bolt that bracket onto the top and that one just to stop it rattling, and then do the rest and touch up all the metalwork that I've scratched trying to fit this exhaust in. Blimey, what a heck of a job. Now you can notice that all this is squeezed out when I squash the nuts together, nuts onto there, so that'll, when the engine heats up, that'll expand as well and it'll seal it nicely. Right, because I needed a new shield, I got myself this Ferrari red one. Coincidentally, quite close match to the paint, which I'd never managed to figure out what the colour is. So I'm going to put that in, some shiny new bolts, washers and spring washers as normal. So I'll pop them on. They'll all have to come out again when I fit the replacement silencer hole brackets. But anyway, let's just see what it looks like. And also I'm curious to know what the engine's going to sound like with that new silencer. Although it might be rattling a bit because it's not quite set properly, is it? It's going in. That's gone in. This one looks like it's cross-threading a bit. Anyway, it's smarting the engine bay up a little bit, so that's good. Right, so it looks pretty, doesn't it? It looks a lot smarter than it was. There's a slight problem. It's catching on the exhaust there, I can't believe it. I mean, that's the trouble with aftermarket parts, they're never quite that great, are they? And there as well. So I think what I'm going to have to do is drill that hole out a bit bigger so it allows it to slide backwards a little bit. Same on this side. Oh well, there's always something to do, isn't there? I'll drill these holes out a bit bigger. So now I can slide it right back and it's not catching on the exhaust. Need to put a bit of paint around there with I've just put some stone chip on. Everything's falling out my hands today. Put a bit of stone chip on it, bolt it on, and then we'll go for a little run. Okay, so there it is fitted. Looks a bit nicer now in here. These are going to get scratched anyway and burn off, so I'm not too fussed about that. So the heat shield's in. I'm going to make a new shield for the coil. You don't normally need to, I just me being Mr. Paranoid, because quite a lot of heat comes off here. In the early 500s the coil was on this side with its cold, so I don't know why they moved it to that side. I'm guessing cost cutting. But anyway, look at this. Twin exhaust. As I said, I'll order some new brackets next week. More money. But yeah, looks good. Let's see what it sounds like. if you recall, I was going to get some different brackets, but actually they're all the same. And this is only a short gap, so I've come up with a little Rusty Bottom Workshop bodge. These are just some generic brackets I got from Aldi. They're just straight ones, look, there's Aldi on it. I've just bent this one. I've drilled this hole out to be the same size as this M8 bolt, and I've just bent this, and I'm just going to put it in there. Oop. And once all this is tightened up, that's going to help to spread that load under there. I'm probably overdoing this, but I want to make sure this has been held up and supported as it should be, rather than just off the manifolds, because they're cast iron and eventually it will crack and break, which we don't want. So for the sake of 10 minutes work doing this, I think it should be worth it. So yes, these are just flat brackets that I just got a job block. So I'll put that one on, put the top mounting on, and see if that works. Typically the heavens opened, but I managed to get those fitted in the end. I had to use a M6 Allen headed bolt, so it was just long enough. I was going to use the original 13mm the M8 bolts that fit in there, but I just couldn't get the top bracket to line up with the bottom one, so it's a bit wet. All done, that's all tightened up. So on the inside, heat shield back on, I'm sure you can see down there. It's all nice and tight, a bit wet, it'll dry off. I'll give it a test drive later on. Going for a bit of a test drive after I've got this new exhaust fitted. Seems to be okay. I don't think it's any faster, I wasn't expecting that, but I do think it's kind of breathing a little bit easier in terms of the engine. Well, that's what I hope anyway. I just wanted a bit more torque, really, just an extra, just even half an Italian horse is better than none. Still in the top, 35, 30, well it's alright, it's dropping a bit. But that's good, we couldn't go up the hill in, usually in fourth here. Right, let's drop down a bit, give it some revs. Actually should have taken that as second, I suppose. I've done that in third. That's not a good test, is it? Right. Let's see how it goes. So that's a good sign. Right, over the top of the hill, that's not too bad really. Yeah, it's definitely not, I don't think it's any faster than it was before. I just think it's just a little bit, I wouldn't quite use the word refined, but I think it's definitely a little bit smoother. So I think it was worth putting that exhaust on, even though it's a bit of a faff. For no other reason, and it just looks nice with two proper little chrome tailpipes sticking out the back. underneath the bumper. Incidentally, I forgot to mention in the exhaust video of my video earlier, this sports exhaust is really heavy, as I mentioned.